job. They're going to need a lot more than just Wilkie to step up to the plate and do some damage here on the T side. Imperium will start things off over there. Rebirth on the CT defensive. If the pistol setup, there is no kit in play. No utility in play either for Rebirth. Carter's got the utility instead for his side, and the P250 dropped off the Wilkie, playing the raid boss here in the server.
And look at Ellison, he's waiting for aggression to come out from Connector, and the CTs are going to feed it to him. It just comes off the basis if he's ready for this intuitive aggression. And I tell you what, he was actually in Connector waiting, and then somehow he's now out of Connector. All these footsteps are going to know they could just gamble stack at this B bomb site. They've heard everything.
Oh, Carson's going to catch him in the back as well. Tap up. Wilkie realized what's coming in, heard all those footsteps. Zotic as the air USP trained onto the position. Taps up, does minimal damage, does get dinged by a player that makes his way in towards water, and Rexy will open up the matchup by taking out Heretic. They do catch that player out in a bad position, but they don't take him down. And eventually Rexy will turn on towards Ellison, and Zotic makes his way up. 4 versus 2 as Burt falls to 1. Wilkie left in the back line. 1 on 4. 2 headshots to the P250 trying to make it 3. But no, Zotic will swing wide, take off his own headshot, and get a first on the board for Rebirth.
I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if it was just like the worst timing in the world, but Ellison was in Connector, waiting for aggression, and then out of nowhere, we see Carson aggressing, and then Ellison's no longer there. All the footsteps being heard from the T-side players, the rotations come through. Maybe Carson was a little bit quick to the trigger. If he would have waited a little bit longer, I think that he could have been able to find a bit more impact in the rounds, but it was the rotating players that came in, especially out from heaven, where most of the damage was dealt. Imperium forcing up going into round 2. We're seeing some Galils, a single AK, and a Deagle out for Burt. So trying to see if they can force the issue as quickly as possible. Ooh.
Oh, nades on Heretic and Wilkie. That's not a great start. Out of that T-Con presence. Look how far the CTs have pushed up here. Rexy's going to get a kill. Fortnite's going to catch Heretic off guard. Look at the amount of control the CTs have taken. They've dropped the bomb already. Ellison will get control, face in, dealt with by Fortnite. The confidence on Rebirth just to shut this down. I have a feeling they've just set the pace of this entire map.
Yeah, and I tell you what, sometimes you just need one round like that, especially in the early game, Jay, to just really put the pressure on your opposition. Rebirth got so aggressive, and we saw the player close towards T-Con, backed up by a player in Playground, and then even 4-Pack just dipping and diving in Connector. So aggressive, so confident. And Imperium, Bob, they didn't even really get to use their force spy, did they?
Yeah, I mean, they got 1 kill and that was it. Like, just shut down. Didn't even get given a chance, man. That was dominant. That's so dominant. Unbelievably dominant there from those boys. Tech 9's coming out from Imperium, this time over on Ellison. Burt's going to get the Glock kill with Ellison's kill assist. Zotic quickly lines up those 2 players, of course, running straight into the AK and eco round coming through for the CT side, or for the T side, I should say. Imperium just with these upgrade pistols, but they should get shut down.
Hey, you've got to think too, for Rebirth, get Exotic as fired up as quickly as you can going into Overpass. He was such a monster out in that first map. Heretic is going to be able to get away with a single kill. If he can find 2, that would be nice, but it's not going to happen. Nice tap coming in from Exotic's USP. A 3-0 start coming out for Rebirth. We should see the rifle investment. Now, there really isn't money for an AWP unless Heretic wants to go glass cannon, but that would be a risky call to make. And you know what? He's going with a safe game. It's just going to be rifles. It's going to be AKs for everyone.
Yeah, straight in. They haven't opted for many AWPs on that T side, Imperium. Now going into the same sort of style here for this T side of Overpass. Flash in to try and see if they can catch off Ellison, but just peeking in for information, just quickly getting right back out of dodge. They want to take much of this connector control when they've got the rifle and we're not even footing, and they're going to fall apart for it. Wide faces out from Monster and in the par position. 4-Pack and Exotic getting those kills. 5 versus 3, 4-Pack will get forced off angle here. The footsteps coming in, though. The AWP is so ready for a shot. He gets Carter J as well, and Red just nice kill. He won't end up getting it, though. He will just race through for that 4th of Rebirth. Yeah, I agree. It was a bit too close for comfort, but with Rebirth, you saw how they got that first kill out Monster. They're just extending so far out the backlines. They are just unbelievably confident right now.
Tell you what, if I'm Zodic, I'm raging. Like, that should not happen. Yeah, you want to go for the knife kill, but your teammates now died because you wasted so much time. Oh, it's happened
God,
again!
really?
Oh, 2 knives in the back now for the Rebirth side. My goodness, Jay.
It had to be Zotic as well, didn't it? You know, it won't matter too much. Ellison and Carter still going to fall to Carson and Recchi. Phantom gets involved in the kill. Recchi just forcing forward. Let's just look at it. How do you see a CT side just push this far forward, man? Nades on, but CZ in against Phantom will take that fight. A smoke down as well. And they're wrapping back in with a backstab. Good tap on Carson. That was a dink, in fact. Inaccuracy of the flick and the movement, throwing things off. And the AWP of 4-pack moving in, making a lot of noise here. Does finally get shut down. Wilkie, however, losing his teammate. Still got a with a deagle. And Zotic will take his head off his shoulders. 5-0 for Rebirth, man.
It's looking good. Yeah, again, there's mistakes. I think there's overextension, certainly. I think that was really not necessary for 4-pack to get that aggressive in through connector. But one thing it does show, Jay, I can't believe that gets replayed.
I'm sorry. I just whoever in production put that down as a moment of brilliance. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to have choice words with you after the show today.
Oh, mate, no, I agree. That is brilliance right there, Jay.
Look at Reggie. If he gets any more frags out of this, he definitely will be labeled as brilliant. Phantom moving up as Reggie does get traded back, but still the confidence to push out here towards Park, get the kill on Heretic, trade back from Burt will come through, but Zotic there with a response. AK still set. They will get Zotic to full cast and comes up with 2 frags, and now Wilkie stands alone. Again, his teammates crumbling around him, and he's left basically for dead.
Oh, they just can't even get out of their own spawn, Jay. Oh, Wilkie, 1 versus 2, trying to see if he can bring this back. There's already a swing out from Carson to get his 3rd kill of the round. Remember when he used to play like the old like capture the flag games and like you'd get stuck in spawn and people would put up like sentries and things like that? That's kind of like what's going on here. Rebirth are so aggressive that Imperium just don't have any opportunity to take any kind of map control, Jay.
No, you're absolutely right. Like, just the aggression to go so far forward and win those fights like that. Like, the Rebirth is working wonderfully right now, but finally a little bit of damage posted up in that last round means that they might have to go a bit more passive and standard on their defaults, which may be a positive element, in the loosest form of sense for Imperium. Good wallbang before back. Oh, what a face for a 2nd kill. Makes it 3! As Ellison will drop him on the trade, but still coming up with a 4-on-2 for Rebirth. A backstab from Reggie. No one's watching their backline. Imperium, you've been pushed so many times so far. Why don't you have your heads on a swivel?
That's shouldn't happen. Like, they're just peeking into the upper 1 versus 1. They're not smoking off bathrooms. They're not flashing in. There's no Molotov. There's no double peek. They kept giving up one-on-one duels. Look at this from 4-pack. Keep pecking in and in and in. No trade potential. Finally, Ellison finds it. And you're right. There needs to be eyes on the back line. You've seen Rebirth pushing from all different angles on such a consistent basis on Overpass so far. Carter Jane yet to get a kill on this T side. 7-0. It's almost like Rebirth hit this map, and the odds, well, it pretty much proves it.
Man, if Imperium bow out 16-0 on this 2nd map, that would just definitely be the ultimate example.
Calling it early, Jay.
I mean, it could. I mean, look at the monster push there from Phantom and 4-pack. Zotic's gonna line up 3 kills. Meanwhile, towards Connector. My God, this is just decimation. Absolute decimation from Rebirth. I mean, it was an eco round, so credit to them, but it means 8-0. And have we been here for 8 rounds? Like, it feels like we've been here for 2.
yet. That's the thing, is that they've been over so quickly that it's almost like we're doing a speedrun attempt here, Jay. 8-0 Rebirth. They're really stepping up. They're really proving that they've got something in the tank on this a CT side. And look, we spoke about Imperium taking some early tactical pauses, especially in the games yesterday or Mirage earlier. This time around, it's taken a little bit longer. Already down 8-0. They're going to take their first tack. And you just have to imagine, like, what is going on in the comms at the moment? Like, it's got to be feeling so silent.
I mean, I honestly couldn't even tell you, like, you know, like whether or not it's silence, whether or not they've got their heads down, what's going on here, like, whatever it is, Imperium, it's probably not helping the current state of things. Like, the morale must be in the toilet. Like, at this stage, they have just been hit so hard, they're making basic mistakes. And the AK is coming in for 5 of the individuals that remain. Double up setup from 4-Pack and Retchi. Set here as the T-side go to their defaults. A bit more standard from Rebirth here, finally giving them a little bit of breathing room. They've already gotten themselves a CT half, so as long as they can defend against it, Imperium will have no more.
And they've been shut down so many times out from Playground that they're not even taking any A-side map control. They're leaning in towards Monster out from short. That's a big kill from Wilkie. That could be a chance back in. This has been the rare chance that we've actually seen a man advantage go the way of Imperium.
That transfer from Wilkie towards Ellison's position in the connector area, showing how really miscoordinated Imperium are right now, but they are coming up with a good man advantage. 4-on-2 now. Phantom giving up his position. Sorry, Zotic was on that spray, I should say. Phantom's back up towards the short position. Does take Wilkie for a fight and get his trade going here. But now they realize that there's nobody on the A side. The Molotov coming in should force Zotic to go a bit more passive, and they can secure a bomb plant now. I think this might actually be the first bomb plant from Imperium this half so far.
Pistol. That was the only one. Outside of the pistol round, that's been it. Ellison. Oh, my goodness. This is a 2 versus 2.
No way.
Jay! Don't tell me the T side are going to lose this round. Burt is going to be making his way into the A bomb side. Now, for Zotic, he doesn't even need to take the fight. If he finds out that he's over towards A, if that bomb gets stuck or it gets tapped, he can just wait, bring the rotation over. Unfortunately, he's rotating over to B, so there's actually no one on A.
Bomb plant. Burt has a HP advantage at least. That might burn away on the likes of Zotic, who takes a little bit of damage here towards Dumpster, and Burt keeping his eyes on the back lines, keeping his head on a swivel. Flashbangs will come forward here. Got a second flash in from Zotic as well out of the bank position. Both players keeping their way in, facing 1v1. Headshot on the first and the second. And Imperium will get their first to the T-side board. And that was down to Rebirth making similar mistakes, finally getting a bit overconfident with the aggressive facing in towards the short control. The aggressive facing that Imperium were able to punish so vividly over on their first map. Here in a second, it's taken a while, but now it's starting to look decent here.
Great crosshair placement coming out from Burt, just being able to isolate both of those duels. Really well played in the 1 versus 2. Great reposition to the back of APC. A double orbs coming out though for Rebirth, and it looks like they're trying to take short water control as well as aggressing out from long. Look at Carson pushing through the monster pipe. What is going on here for the CT side? 2 kills come back. Finally a trade. It's like they're just holding W.
I mean, they are. 4v3 scenario. The smoke actually landing a bit awkwardly from the T side as they tried to extinguish that Molotov because of the nature of how smokes work to extinguish flames. Like, it actually landed a bit too far forward, so they didn't actually extinguish the whole thing. So the player that pushed out into short water was on 44 HP, and both him and his backup just got absolutely decimated. Look at the map control that Zotic's got as well. Once again pushed out towards Park Entrance. They better be watching this corner. He is ready to pop some heads. Here they come. Chest face straight through, gets one. Burt will find that trade, but now they got info on where both of the remaining T players are.
And you've got to think that they can be pushed from anywhere. Phantom going to start to make his way in through connector, playing a bit of an off-angle advantage. Does go the way of the T side. Now back into a 2 versus 2. The problem is the utility, Jay. They've only got a Molotov, and with Retchi smoking off short, he might force the monster attack to come through.
Smoke out towards heaven. AWP of Retchi ready to receive. Second player coming in. Doesn't go for the nose probing. The second phase will, though. And the balls to go for 2 no-scopes. Landing the second does work wonders for them. 9-1 for Rebirth. I can hear you being so stunned at that. But it does work for them regardless on that B defensive. Retchi, what a play.
I'm not stunned that it was 2 no-scopes. I'm stunned that he wasn't traded, Jay. Like, that should be an easy kill coming out for Burt. Oh my goodness, everything is just falling apart from Imperium. 9-1. And now Zodic wants to pick up the secondary AWP. Rush into B, it's going to be quick.
AWP's already picked apart that first player. Phantom and 4-pack combining on the crossfire. 3 players falling, including that bomb, and 4-pack peeks forward. Finally a trade from Carter, but round over in a little over 25 seconds. 10-1. Rebirth continue just to spam rounds at this stage.
What is going on? Like, you look at this group, Jay. You have a look at Group A, and you would probably say the 2 weakest teams are Rebirth and Imperium. I would certainly rate New England Whalers higher than the Rebirth side. And if Imperium are getting slapped around to one of the weakest teams in Group A, what hope do they have against some of the top dogs?
I've got nothing to answer to that one. I don't think they have any hope. And I mean, again, you know, with these 2 teams, given their situation, like, you know, you can expect not a lot out of them in this tournament. So the fact that they're even here is an achievement of its own right. But Imperium picked apart again by Rebirth. This is looking like 11-1. Ellison has snuck his way into the back lines. Trigger discipline against him, but his teammates getting hunted. That sees him. He stay alive, runs out of ammo. Zotic trying to take out his own teammate, it seems. Eventually, he will turn around with a USP kill against Ellison instead. 11-1. Rebirth, confident as ever, and I'm not sure where we go from here in terms of both this game and this cast. To be honest, Dwight, like I've got nothing for you.
Well, what surprises me the most is this is Imperium's map pick, and really we haven't seen a lot of tactical depth on the T side. To be fair, though, they haven't actually been able to take a lot of map control because Rebirth have just been that aggressive, but it's still very surprising seeing that this is their map pick and they're just getting absolutely slaughtered on it.
But again, we talked about how Imperium were so good at punishing aggression, like they were able to do right there. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Carsten pushes in short water, shut out by the smoke down towards the tunnels entrance, and therefore 2 players out of Connector could take him down. Retchi also falling aggressive. AWP picked up towards Connector. This is more like it, Imperium. They should have been doing this from so much earlier in the half, because Rebirth have gone for plays like this over and over again, and Imperium were unable to respond at all.
4 versus 2. This has to be around here, Jay. And Rebirth, how do they play it? Do they want to put 2 players together on a site and just gamble stack it up? And they've got Phantom over at B. And 4-pack's going to start to rotate in, have that gamble stack. Imperium have really started to slow things down. Great flashbang. They've got the information now where Phantom is. That's the first kill, but he only gets 1.
Back up! Oh, 4-pack, blind to see Heretic, still takes him down, makes his way in. No scope landing, sees 1 player at the sandbags, one on top against his position. Knows there's a player somewhere on the site making his way around from water. Does he hear those footsteps? Have they gone quiet? They have at this stage. Or pin! Oh, another no scope. Sees the player out and does get shut down by Burt. And the second round does go to board of Imperium. They recover an AWP for the T-side line. The Rebirth can still buy.
And you look at that and you think, man, that was a 4-on-2, and it came down to a 1 versus 1. Like, even the 2 rounds that Rebirth have won, Jay, it's been so down to the wire. And it's come down to clutches. It has, right? Burt won, what? That 1 versus 2 to get their first round, another 1 versus 1. So the 2 rounds that Imperium have won has been off the back of clutches.
Oh, Heretic. Pick in on the AWP, getting Retchi to fall first. And now Imperium trying to open up these rounds, starting to open up some opportunities, but Zotic spraying through the wood, taking Ellison down on short water. Now they're boosted up, now 4-pack's looking for info, sees 1 player on the platform, and Wilkie will fall all the same. 2-for-1 trades and Rebirth. They may come out on the back foot first, but back on the front foot as the trades come in. Damage is done, Carter to fall next, and Burt and Heretic stand alone.
What can they do from here? How do you even bring this back? They're starting to establish a little bit of map control, but they're not even anywhere really close to bathrooms. They probably both have to go out from long. And see 4-pack, the only defender on the A side. Carson's pushed very aggressive. Missed shot from the AWP. Long spray from 4-pack. Great kill from him. And now Bert's going to get sandwiched in a 12th round for Rebirth. It's just looking too easy, Jay.
It is. It is looking way too easy. And I'm kind of hoping the CT switch would do something for them, but honestly, I'm not sure whether that actually will end up being the case. A tactical for Rebirth now. just to let it simmer, just to let it stew, just to ensure that this sort of, you know, this sort of situation just continues to, you know, just I don't know how to describe it. Just to let Imperium know that, just to let it settle that they're definitely losing right now.
Yeah, look, one thing I am kind of pleased about from the Rebirth side is we haven't really seen, like, your P90s and your auto snipers and your Negevs. And, like, when you're up this kind of scoreline, sometimes you can get really cocky and just sort of have it as a bit of a laugh. But they've actually still been taking it really seriously. And I think that's probably been one of the biggest elements on how they've just been so dominant on this first half, Jay. Yeah, they've been aggressive. Yeah, they've been explosive and very confident. But they've also been sort of very subtle in their approach.
Yeah, no, absolutely correct. Like, Rebirth have, you know, they've definitely held their own in terms of, like, a respectable position whenever they're on the back foot. They have invested whenever in the standard strategies here. Going into round 15, they've got Mac 10 to deal with, the AK set on 2 for a 13-2. Look at Carson setting up the back. They can find everything. Zoic and Phantom on the site. We'll get traded back to a 3-on-2 scenario. An AK and AWP to turn on to the advantage here. Bomb plant secured. Still Carson peeks in, gets Heretic. They haven't scored a bomb one actually. Oh, taps on the headshot, trying to make it a triple against Ellison. He faces up, and now the player bearing in from heaven will try get his position set out. Carson's got his back turned towards the wall position, sees his man spray, goes awkwardly, and Ellison trades it back. 4-pack standing alone. AWP trying to face in from Graffiti. Needs one shot to Ellison to close this round and this half out. Ellison needs a good spray together of his own right, peeking in. AWP doesn't see his man. Bomb plot to be secured now. 4-pack's got the information. Flashbang coming in. Gonna take a Zeus to face it. Surely not. Oh! Come on, 4-pack! I can't believe he's done that. But Imperium's going to take it on the cheek as we go to a break, and our second half comes back after said break. Rebirth could close this out quicker than the Fury of Triumph match that's still in map 1. So let's see whether they can do that just here. Do not go anywhere.
I was running round so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Yeah. And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. This is such a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. It's easy, it's hard to preach, cause I've been burning trees and watch them fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife, and when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope, and I'll check it. Hard roads, I didn't.
They only need 3 rounds to close this here on the T side. Rebirth looking for a very fast series indeed. All they have to do is get this pistol. They'll be on victory row. Imperium need a miracle at this stage. And look at the rush coming out towards the B side. Already in to get a bomb plant out. They face towards short, seeing the majority of the CT forces. Taps up from 4-pack, being the raid boss in this roundup. Carson gets himself a frag. Carter responds with 2. And they smell on sight. Carter there for a good trade. Rucci gonna go trade it back to his own right. And now he stands alone. 1 on 2. Taps up. Wilkie does the damage. Seeing those players coming in, he's got an open angle to deal with them here. Needs to get a frag. That player top of the boost area will not get the frag. Wilkie the kill. Ellison with the defuse. A retake successful for Imperium.
All right, there you go. That's a fantastic pistol round coming out from Imperium. We almost saw aggression coming out from both sides. We saw Rebirth trying to go into that B bomb site incredibly quickly, but Imperium were very fast to get the rotations in, especially out through connector. And in the end, Retchi was just trying to see if he could spot out that bomb, jump spotting over a graffiti, just trying to get some eyes on. But Wilkie finding that last kill gives a little bit of hope, Jay, for the Imperium side. I don't think GGBet have given them too much of a hope, but there's a little bit, to say the least.
Well, a little bit of hope is better than no hope whatsoever. Imperium with a big pistol, of course, on their board to try to get something back for them here. They've got the Deagles set in from Rebirth, a half-life coming out from the D side. And they are doing quite a fair amount of damage with it already. Already Wilkie out towards that smoke position in the monster push. And the teams will get the bullets down range onto him, tag him down to just 34 points of health. And Rebirth looks set to go towards the B site once again.
Rebirth looking like they want to get a boost up to look into the B bomb site with the Deagles. And not a complete force buy, but they have been able to find the opening kills. So a good start coming out from Retchi to find the opening man advantage. But it's what Imperium do to follow up, because now Bert's gone down, Jay.
Passed up to a 4 versus 3, making it 2. Carson gets Ellison. Now Heretic and Carter, 2 spray back from the M4 does get us to a 2-on-2 scenario. Deagle still left, Heretic sneaking in the back line. The bomb's been dropped outside of that short position as well. They now know what's going on. To close that door, though, would be crucial information on Heretic's incoming backstab. He may cut off the rotations. And switch to get the kill on Carter somehow. And now Heretic is left alone. Bomb plant, here the sandbags. Heretic sneaking up. They back up a little bit further here, looking onto the back lines. Shoulder bait from the T side. Trying to face forward, trying to catch Heretic off guard. They've got no info on this player. He's been so quiet so far. And now he picks up these. His man takes him down. Last player standing out towards heaven. The Deagle, the SMG. Hearing that player tap up the bomb. Flash out, now give up his position at this stage. They now know they're coming in from the heaven area. Diffuse kit is Heretic needs to get this kill, but he won't. Phantom wins out the fight and wins out the round.
Oh, Jay, and what hurts even more is that wasn't even a force buy. There was just upgraded deagles. We didn't see any armor. And Rebirth have been able to secure their 14th. Imperium now have to be on a force buy themselves to just bring something back. And after the start of winning the pistol round, you thought for a moment there could have been a way back in. Even Rebirth taking their second tactical pause, because this is an important round, Jay, because they've got an AWP.
Indeed they do. The rifles set in with the AKs of the FAMAS that was saved, of course, from that last round for the T side, and still 2 to go. A FAMAS for 4-pack. Gonna have the head Kevlar, I imagine, coming through in a moment's time here, because the buy-up from the Imperium side is a full sport pistol round, a tactical timeout that does tick by to decide this, because well, I mean, they've got a bit of a tough task, Greg. They've got a bit of a comeback to make happen.
So.
14-3, at least 11 rounds to go to evens, probably 12 off the back of this one, and another force buy after this if they lose it. So I don't know how much hope they have left, but surely it can't be much.
You would expect so. And for Imperium, if they lose this, it would continue their losing streak of 9 maps in a row. No one likes to have that. Carson does like to find the opening kill, but being completely blind, the trade comes out. So a 4-on-4, a bit of connector presence has been even further pushed forward from Bird. He may get a lot of information, especially if rotates start to come out, because he can start to sandwich in with this bomb.
I have seen what that bomb is as well. You've got Ellison taking a fight against Retchy there. And I don't know if they heard the footsteps of the player out towards the T spawn. Burt could be in a real good spot. He backs up as the T's make their way away. What? Wait, 4-pack?
What's going on? He was there the whole time! What? He must have DC'd or something.
AFK? Like, what happened there? I don't know. Meanwhile, we've got Phantom peeking up towards the A side, getting shut down by Heretic. And I don't know what's happened in this round, but it's a 4v3 somehow from Imperium. They're going to make their way up to the B side. They've got 2 players there to defend against it. Ellison comes up with 1 good frag. 5-7 here alongside Carter J. And they get Retchy to fall. And that might have cost them a little bit. Rebirth may concede a comeback again. A chance left for Imperium.
Yeah, maybe just ordering a takeaway or something, Jay. Saying is, oh, your teammates will win this round anyway. Don't need me. But look, no, unfortunately, 4-pack wasn't able to buy the armor, so there must have been some sort of technical issues. So hopefully we'll be able to try and get that sorted out. But the round's still live. A 1 versus 4. How much more damage is he realistically going to be able to find? Because everyone is out towards this B bomb site. He's going to get sandwiched in for 3 players. Imperium are going to be able to get their 4th on the board. I wouldn't be surprised if Rebirth try and force here, though.
Yeah, no, neither would I. I'd be very shocked to see them go for an econ, honestly. I mean, given the circumstances, given the fact they just lost that round, and you know, given the situation that they've had against Imperium with their force buys going particularly well, I mean, their aggression has been not nearly as punished in this matchup as it has been in the past, in the last map especially. Tactical timeout coming in from Rebirth, though, and again, I respect it. Seeing where they can make the decision. They have got 4-pack on 6k, but Exotic at just 1600. So very different sets of money line right here for Rebirth. I mean, 4-pack could just drop pistols. That could be a decent idea for him.
He might drop it all for himself.
No, he's dropping pistols. Tech 9's coming in for everybody.
Yeah, okay.
This could actually be a rush tactic for Rebirth.
Okay, not spending everything. A little bit surprised that he didn't buy down to maybe an AK, but look, they've got a pretty strong buy together. Those Tech 9s can certainly do some damage, and I think this is going to be really quick into this B-bomb site.
Tech 9's making their way into player set to the crossfire. Ellison comes up with 2 frags. Wilkie there with the SMG. Ellison makes it a quadra, and the ace.
Oh.
Nice and easy. 5 to the board of Imperium. Rebirth do get shut down. No SMG frags for them. And actually quite a heavy investment because some players did buy some utility in Kevlar. So, yeah, another eco coming in from Rebirth.
Okay, that was actually really well played from Imperium. Sort of trying to fight aggression with aggression rather than being really passive in the B bomb site. They tried to take the fight to them. The flashbang was absolutely perfect. There were so many members of that T side that were trying to entry out to B that were just completely blind. Imperium getting some T-sided weapons too is obviously important from the previous rounds. The AKs mean a lot. 14-5, Rebirth only needing 2 more rounds, and you've even got to think, in a round like this, even if they get a couple of kills, doing damage to the CT economy can actually really help them going forward.
Yeah, I mean, the money's not great for Imperium, so if they can get this damage round in here in round 20, then in round 21 they can buy up, they can get the victory right there. Imperium will be forced back to broken, forced buy on the match point round, and then Rebirth will have 60-6, so, you know, there's potential here in this deco. Right now, the first kill's going in the favor of Burt as he takes down Retchy. 47 HP for him, though. Got to leave his teammates to take the majority of the presence here towards the long control. And in the end, they just opted back up here. Bomb dropped towards top of long, so can rotate towards the B site. But 4Pack is trying to draw some more attention his way. He's lurking over in the bathrooms.
Just saying, can he bring the rotations over? Can he at least pull a distraction to allow them into B? If they get a bomb plant, that would be absolutely fantastic. But Ellison's going to hear all of these footsteps so they can call the rotations back. Crossfire being set up towards a graffiti position. The bomb plant, if it does come in, is going to be very, very difficult. They're going to get away with it, Jay.
Taps up from the P250. Ellison facing forward. Spray through of Carter. Gets Carter next. Heretic getting 4Pack on the site. And now Zotic left with his Deagle in a 1-on-5. I mean, if he can get picks, that would be great. But a round victory is virtually impossible as Carter closes it out with a 3K. Ellison with the defuse. But again, it's all the game of the money. Rebirth getting a nice little bonus on this bomb plant. And now should have a pretty confident buy going into the 21st.
Nice. It's very important for them that they're able to get that bomb plant. It gives them just that little bit of extra cash injection. Unfortunately for 4Pack, he isn't able to invest in through the AWP if he wants to go for the full armor set. I'll have to wait and see what the rest of them are just going to decide to go for. Ooh, he is going to go the AWP, Jay, but not getting enough money for that body armor means that he's just going to be able to build up a little bit of utility instead.
Last cannon for 4Pack. Going to be playing out towards the connector area, expecting the CTs to aggress through this angle, but I mean, in general, very passive from the T side. You know, trying to go for wallbang sprays, trying to look for over aggressive faces, not taking long control either. A lot of noise made towards mid, however, contrary to the point. In birthday party position, they have no real mid control for Imperium. It's a very long base setup. With one player back on the A side to defend the actual execute.
And Carter J dropping back into heaven to try and support the B players, but there's pretty much a free sight line into this A bomb site. Finally, Carter J is going to rotate back up, but the long players haven't seen anything, so it's really going to be Carter J's impactful information spotting at this A bomb site that's probably going to bring the long players back into action.
Ellison with that kill on Carson over on the B site as they strike towards A. On long, sprays through against Rexy, drops him and drops Zotic. Bomb now dropped to the open. Phantom comes up with one good frag here in the corner of the site. Now needs to get that bomb picked up and planted, and he's got CTs crawling all around him. Carter will take him down next. 4Pack left alone in a 1-on-4, and he's saving the AWP. And Imperium now bringing the comeback in. Rebirth. Heavily contested in this second half. Still within a touching distance of the victory, but Imperium have a chance now.
You've got to think that saving onto this AWP is probably the only chance he's going to have bringing it to the next round. And you know what? It seems like all the momentum that Rebirth have been able to find on Overpass, this has really been one of the only moments where it's kind of been shut down and it's sort of swung into the favor of the Imperium side. But it's been a handy 4 rounds in a row from them, building up a bit of self-confidence. You know what is a bit of an interesting sort of stat line, though, Jay, is how much we talked about in terms of impact that Wilkie had on the T side, opening up, getting 5-on-3s and what have you, being the leading fragger. He's actually the bottom fragger from Imperium in the second map.
How contrary. Ellison being the main man to step things up. And to be fair, Imperium haven't won. I mean, you know, Wilkie wasn't given much of a chance to shine in that first half.
Yeah.
And here in the second, it will be you know, a bit of a different chance here for the CT side. But you know, again, they've got a guy in Ellison that's doing all the main damage. AK set on 3 players of Imperium, one of which is Ellison, the other is also Wilkie and Carter J. AWP are 4 pack, but the only thing to face. Wilkie catching Carson's head, taking it clean off and kicking things off for the CT side.
Good start coming out from Imperium. Reading the play. Rebirth. Again, in a round like this, you can't really expect too much damage to come through. And play out towards the B bomb site by the looks of things. Retchy's having a lurk over A, hoping to maybe catch a rotation in through connector. There's 3 players are still here, though, on the city side of B.
Tech-9s, the main thing for the push. A flashbang for Retchy. He's got to get set up here towards short water. Flashing in from short itself, but the monster push is going to slowly come out here. Flashbang at DSD. 4-pack takes face. Retchy and Phantom. 2 kills. Carter gets a response frag back. Bomb going to get planted for certainty, though. 3 on 3. 2 rifles defend them off it for the Rebirth side. Imperium going to make their way up for the retake. Phantom for next 2 lineup. Carter only getting that 1 frag, and now 4-pack to full to Burt. So they do maintain control, but considering that bomb plant, I'm kind of surprised they even got that far.
Yeah, I am too. I got really worried there from Imperium for a minute. We saw a couple of great kills from the Tech-9s that were able to turn into a 3 versus 3. And then once the AK was picked up from Phantom, it looked like there could have been a really good chance that Rebirth get to 15. But a nice retake coming in from Imperium, lining up too, doing a hell of a lot of damage. A double AWPs coming out for Imperium too, Jay. Heretic and Carter J picking them up. Only 1 AK though on the CT side. You mentioned in that last round, they had 3 of them.
Watch over, rush in. I think there's going to be a straight rush from Retchy, and immediately by Ellison continuing with spray to do a ton of damage towards Carson next up. And actually, he runs in that Molotov, put down by Ellison. So much being done to the T side as the rush out. They've dropped the bomb in the open as well. What was that play from Rebirth?
I'm not really sure why the bomb was going in first, but Rebirth wanted to go really quickly into that B bomb site, and it was just sprayed down through the monster smoke. The flashbangs were fantastic on the CT side to make so many players of Rebirth just completely blind. A 4-pack, he might even opt to try and save onto this AWP once again, Jay. Hardly any damage has been done to the CT side. No kills have come through. And we are still relatively early into like this second half, but I'm really getting the gut feeling that both teams are struggling heavily on the T side on Overpass.
This is starting to look like a choke. A really big choke from Rebirth. I don't like this at all. This... like...
They've already used 3 tags too.
And they get 1 left to try and see if they can change the situation, but it's like, I don't know how you approach this now. Again, much like how Imperium were able to, you know, were lost so much to Rebirth because they were just running their own strats and just aggressing so far forward. Now they're on the T side, they can't do that so much because the rushes are so easily countered by the CT forces. You saw that there, how they just sprayed through Molotovs out. 2 players died to flames, 2 more got killed through smokes. And now with the AKs out, the buy is even awkward. Look at Heretic straight in against Carson, drops him using the traces for support. The MAC-10 facing next Heretic drops him all the same. 5 versus 3. 4-pack has picked up the AK. They need to get some value out of it because Carson sacrificed a lot to get that weapon out.
Yeah, certainly did. And so far, so good from the CT side. Phantom's going to find a bit of a response in, and they're now forcing Heretic to make a move out from long. The rotation's coming in really, really quickly. Utility onto the site itself. A lot of players dealt with in terms of these flashbangs. Wilkies needs a little bit more support, and Rebirth, it looked like there was going to be a way into the site, but now it's all down to Phantom in the 1 versus 2. Trying to tap away with a Tech-9. He's got an M4 on his back, and Imperium needs to be making sure they're peeking on each other's contact, but it's Ellison in the end to find the 10th round. Double digits now from Imperium, and now should be the full gun round for Rebirth.
4 rounds to the lead now. He's doing a decent amount of damage, but now the AK has come out. The AWP of 4-pack also being in play. Of course, double AWPs for Heretic and Carter J coming out for Imperium. 1 AK for Ellison still left in from a handful of rounds to go. Top fragging alongside Zotic here, and Rebirth need to do a lot of damage here. Smoke up for Carson. I thought it didn't extinguish at first, but it does. 4-pack getting the early tag damage in against his number here. He's placed out towards the T-con position, and there's very passive outside of the early utility coming out of standard from the CT side. Imperium have one player in the bathrooms to defend against.
Heretic trying to change up his positioning in terms of where he's playing on this CT side around the A-bomb site. Something that we certainly saw from him a fair bit yesterday against the New England Whalers was changing up his position, bathrooms long, deep into the A-bomb site, not really too much over towards B. And Carson's just a single lurk at T. There's a way to sort of overextend and maybe see if he can catch someone off guard. He tried out towards barrels, but not really much of a distraction's been pulled away.
For the bar, sprays through Phantom, takes him down. Got a second player in the AWP, Heretic, there to receive. Takes the frag, flicks back on a second, got two more to face, gets himself a triple. And Zotic will finally train him out, but now needs to get that bomb to the site. Carson's already there to fend off the early rotations, but needs to get some backup to his loyalty, and now he's dead. Wilkie there to back up Carter, and Imperium will hold 11, but 3 massive kills from Heretic is what really opened up the round.
My goodness, he is looking sharp. He is looking very, very strong on this CT side. First kill, not bad. Second kill, pretty decent. The player trying to bait out the shot. This third one, though, very, very fast indeed before finally the trade comes out from Zotic. And that's the last tactical pause, Jay. We said they only had one left. That's it. They can no longer use any more tactical pauses. 14-11 after a 13-2 lead. Wow. This has been one hell of a comeback from Imperium. And it's got to be, what, 8 rounds in a row from them now on the CT side?
Oh, how the turns have tabled. 3 rounds to the lead now. Imperium are on the warpath. And Rebirth using their final tactical pause to get pistols out on a half buy. I mean, I'm not sure why the call didn't come through just to say half buy in this one, then take the tactical for the actual rifle round to try and go from there. If Imperium bring this back to 16-14, though, and get us to a third map, I will be I will simultaneously be impressed and disappointed. Impressed with Imperium to pull it off, but disappointed in Rebirth because they have fallen off.
Yeah, look, they really have. They just need that one round, Jay, to at least have that insurance policy of overtime. It may even be a round like this. Tech-9's going pretty quickly into the B bomb site. Flash is coming in over the top, but it needs to come down to the entries. They need to be able to find something, some sort of opening advantage.
AK Medicine playing around the pillar here. He's got backup behind in the AK of Wilkie. 2 players that have stood out in this map and the last map. Try and do the damage for Imperium at this stage. Good kill from Wilkie. Gets 4-pack to fall. 4 more standing for the T side. That one face completely unsupported here. Zotic gonna try peek in. Need a coordinated push. There's a lot coming out from Retchi in towards the mid position. So he suggests that there may be a little something extra coming out from Rebirth here.
What are they doing? Like, it's almost like they're setting themselves up for a double pump. They put so much utility into B, and no one pushed out from Monster or Short. No one pushed anything, so it seemed like it was just wasted utility over on that T side. Retchi's now going to have a bit of a lurk at this A bomb side, see if he can pull something over. That's a good kill into Heretic, and he needs to follow up onto Bird. You've got to think this is going to be pretty unlikely, but now he's picked up an AWP, and he's here to do damage, Jay. That's another kill, but Carson's the last one left. Can't find anything. And question marks about that decision. What was the player B? They put a massive wave of utility forward and then didn't commit with it.
I don't know, that seemed like an execute set piece to me for Rebirth. I'm not sure why they didn't go, as you mentioned, I'm not sure why they didn't go commit to it. 12 now for the Imperium side. They have really brought this back. AWPs in for 3 players, 4-pack on the T side, Heretic and Carter on the CT side. Smokes down, double smokes in for Retchi and Co. And he's going to make his way straight in for an entry frag. Can he get that first pick on the wall? Short, no CT there. Instead, Heretic will pick apart 1 out towards the long position, on towards the T-con area. Carter gets Retchi as well, and Wilkie picks apart Phantom. And again, Imperium just pushed forward a little bit, catch the right angles of Rebirth, not looking the right way. and suddenly it's a 5-on-2 for Carson and Zotic.
And what, save? I mean, 2-on-5. What damage do you really think you're going to be able to do from here? Flashing a player into Monster. Zotic's going to get one, but only gets one. Wilkie cleans up 10 rounds in a row from Imperium. Again, 13-2 lead for Rebirth. They lose pistol, win the anti-eco. They go up 14-3. And now there's a response of 10 rounds in a row, and it's going to have to be another eco from Rebirth. We could have a tied-up scoreline.
I think we vastly underestimated this CT side here from the Imperium side. They did go 6 up against New England Whalers yesterday. And that CT half was what gave me some hope in this series in the interim. But having seen how things played out on the first map, having seen how it played out in the first half, I honestly thought it couldn't have possibly been this good. And here we are. Precipice of evens. Execute from Rebirth coming in with Tech-9s and AK for Retchi being the main weapon. It's a heavy investment from him, a half-buy for everybody else. Smokes up clear, Retchi comes up with a front. There's lines on 3, and Phantom gets a trade to a 2-on-2. Now 2 rifles to work with for Rebirth. Heretic trying to cover off that bomb planter, however, he's pushed forward into water. As he makes his way back up ramp, Heretic has still shut him down though. No smoke to cover it off. Flashbang will keep the AWP blind though, so they can't secure a plant.
And this is one of the best chances we've seen from Rebirth in quite some time, Jay. 2 versus 2. Bert's pushed very far. Aggressive, and he's caught off Phantom. Now it's all down to Carson to try and bring this back. 1 versus 2. And it's the AWP on the support from Heaven. 14-14. Imperium keep the streak alive. Rebirth get a bomb plant, so they'll be able to invest going into the next round. But this is starting to get a little bit ridiculous, Jay. Both teams having some awful T-sides.
I mean, credit to Ellison here. Lining up that spray is the main reason why they won that round. 14 all. And this last buy from Rebirth afforded by the bomb plant. They need to get a good round here at this stage. And they're going to rush. They're going to rush B. Phantom going to make his way out towards Monster. There's no CT there to defend it. They've made their way aggressive towards Shore. Imperium playing perfectly away from Rebirth. Getting the opening pick back on Carter for the trade. Ellison will get Zotic. Meanwhile, 4 versus 3. 4-pack tagged low. Carson's tagged to half. Phantom the only player on this T side with 100 HP. And all of the CTs are hungry for frags. 2 AWPs and 2 AKs for this retake, and Rebirth set themselves up in the post plant.
Imperium have so much utility. Low HP onto 4-pack. It's Carson to find the first. The trades need to come out into the 2 versus 2. It's down to Heretic and Ellison to try and bring this back. They need to get the kills coming through, and they're going to do it once again, Jay. Another retake comes out from Imperium, and they've now taken the lead. I cannot believe we are seeing this 12 rounds in a row from Imperium.
I am shocked at that statement. If they go 13 in a row, they're going to have this map up and a comeback from 14-2. Like, is it really gonna? Are they gonna? They're not going for a rush. Oh my god, they're going for a rush! Straight up, Ellison shuts down 2. He's picked to find Carson. Will drop him. And Wilkie on water now. Molotov towards the cubby. He's going up towards ramp. Sees the man of Carson. 24 HP tagged low. Next 2 players up towards the side. Will get shot to the back down to a 3-on-3 scenario. Sprays back. Heretic takes us to 2. Imperium hunting for the man advantage. Retchi gonna hunt for it right back. Turned away by Burt. All standing the 4-pack. The only player left for Rebirth here in the final round of regulation. Imperium set to close it out. And they've got bomb control.
4-pack. How does he manage to get this? 1 versus 2. And he's got to go out and try and pick up that bomb. Heretic and Burt, they're just not peeking at all. He can honestly pick it up and go for the plant because they're not peeking, Jay.
40 seconds, he'll pick it up, rotate slowly but surely. Aggress, okay, no. Where does he plant? Default, sandbags, open, closed. Open heaven. That's risky, trying to force them out once, going to force a response now. The CTs tentatively peeking in, and 4-pack repositions to go towards the default area, but now they've heard those footsteps. Second face, 15 seconds, needs to get a pick back on these guys. Incendiary's coming up, that might force him down low HP. It doesn't extend around the default boxes, it does eventually. 23 HP, taps up, needs that headshot on Burr. Now a one-on-one, Heretic with the orb, facing in, the Deagle out instead, trying to tap up to the low HP player 4-pack, and now rounding aggressive here with the AK. Nades up, flashes over towards Shaw, 4-pack ready for the headshot, but no! Heretic's got it, Imperium have got it, 13 rounds in a row to bring this back on the CT side, 16-14 on